Okay, so here now I'm making it real quick.
Okay.
Making
What
it.
I wanted to
This will have us talking on it too, just because I'm not trying to mess with any of the audio settings at the moment. And my monk's not super set up with macros or anything like that, so not that any of that really matters for what I'm trying to show you, but
Yeah, I don't really use any macros. I haven't really I use some on my warrior, and they're just like random ones.
yeah, there's usually just some real helpful ones like um I don't know, like for warrior there's the good mouse cursor heroic leap, and then there's tons of like little tiny helpful macros. A lot of them are like mouse over stuff. Like I like to have mouse over stun macro. Like for paralysis, I like to have that as like a mouse over stun type thing.
Yeah.
So let's see. I'm just gonna go
I
to
also need to
Antorus, I guess.
make it so that I use like all my dots, and then have drain soul like maybe on 4. But I use drain soul so much. Like it's weird. Like I only press my dots not as much as drain soul, I guess is what I'm trying to. But then it's also weird having my drain soul in the middle of the. I just feel like maybe I should change it a little. It's always awkward trying to hit
No, I see what
4.
you're saying. Yeah, I'll
Because
just go to a random spot here.
I only use 1 to 5 and then QERFT for like my spells, and then I use my button on my mouse, and then I use shift as my modifier so I can use different spells. Which is why I see a lot of the shift 1, 2, 3, 4s are like not really that useful spells. Like shift 1 and 2 are like the main ones. Shift 3 just creates a health stone.
Oh, okay. No, I mean, so for me, typically I have my normal set, and then I have my shift. Like everything shift is it's the same amount of button layout. Like it's the same button layout, but shift. And usually I have them as defensive spells. So it's like everything shift wise is typically a defensive, like stuns, CCs, shields, and then
Yeah.
everything normal is typically like normal combat rotation. Okay, so
Yeah.
let's see here. I'm going to show you how when I mouse over something, it highlights without actually targeting it. How they're stacked um, rather than being like overlapping. I'll
Yeah.
show you targeting here real quick. Show you what combat looks like, because a lot of things change on my screen when I go into combat, which is what makes the biggest difference here. Because I like my screen to be generically pretty bare
Yeah.
before combat. Like I don't want a lot of clutter before combat, but when combat hits, that's when I want like all my information panels to appear.
Yeah.
And then here's what you should do for me real quick. Invite me to a group. That way I can just kind of show you. Yeah, here we go. So panel right here. This is where I keep my heal bot, and my heal bot also. So my whole UI is set up to change based off of which spec that I am in. However, my healing spec and my tank spec aren't set up properly on my new setup.
Yeah.
But like my DPS one, so this makes sense once you're watching the video. It's down below for the 5-man team, and then when I get into a raid team, it will shift to a new area, and it's just you can set it up automatically through um,
I get it.
through a lot of settings where you can set it up so basically like activate due to group, and then if I go to a separate one, you'll see it automatically activates based on the group size. This will, like I said, this will make more sense when you watch the video. I'm kind of just talking, so okay. And
Crazy
so
just set up his whole UI on LVUI.
LVUI is nice, but LVUI is like really good if you want a like real simple, fast, easy, lazy way to do it. But I like having
I don't know, he has this weird border around his entire screen.
yeah, I like having more customization options.
Yeah.
And don't pay attention to my rotation at all. I'm literally just clicking shit so that way you can just kind of see what's going on.
Yeah.
And then you can see here those panels you see that pop up.
Not
when
even tryharding while doing a demo.
Huh?
So not even tryharding while doing a demo.
Yeah.
Sad.
I know, right? And you can see my bags. I need to change the color because it's just preset to a certain color.
We can also do normal at horse tomorrow.
Yeah, no,
Cross.
I'd like that. I would also like if you're down to like maybe do a heroic Antorus with a couple people.
You can definitely try and get that started, but I'd rather do heroic. I like playing my warlock a lot more right now.
I totally understand.
They're both around the same eye level now. My warrior is like 1 eye level higher, but he also has a lot better stat priority, so he does a little bit more damage still.
You know, one thing that I also do that I don't know. Some people I've told some people this and they tried it and they actually really liked it.
Yeah,
But being that WoW is a tab targeting system, to me, tab the way I've learned to play video games, tab is like such an awkward button to press, and I don't like having tab for literally anything. So
yeah,
I use my Q, E, and F and G keys, and I use those right here. But then what I use for targeting, rather, because I don't really care about the automatic whisper system,
yeah,
I can type /R, like that's no big deal. So I
yeah,
changed out R to be an actual targeting system because
yeah,
it's super close to where your normal movement keys are. And
yeah,
then on top of that, instead of having, and this is a very common thing. So like I said, I use Q and E. So instead of having my normal turnaround buttons being A and D, I
yeah,
switched my strafing to be A and D rather, because you don't
yeah,
want you have no. There's never a time you need to be able to like turn around via keyboard. Um,
yeah, exactly.
and then to target nearest friendly player, it's just Shift R. And then I mean again, it's just kind of like whatever you when you train. But yeah, so I'm gonna end the video here pretty quickly. Like I said, mouse over. You can see the plates. You can see pretty much stuff real easily. And okay, stop this.